All right, last time we dug deep into the hostage dilemma with virtualization subscriptions. Sounded pretty grim, right? Well, today we are flipping that script completely. We're talking about the escape plan. Yeah, that's right, the real, tangible ways organizations are breaking free and taking back control.
Okay, before we get into the good stuff, just our usual friendly reminder. This is part 9 in our series, and it's all based on a really comprehensive report from Virtualization Options LLC. Now, obviously what we're covering here is just the tip of the iceberg from the full report. And of course, it's not legal advice or anything like that. Just gotta make sure we're all on the same page.
So, we've established there's a problem, this whole vendor lock-in thing. The big question is what's being done about it? Well, the cool thing is it's not just a few people complaining. The entire market is shifting. The tides are definitely turning. And just look at these numbers. This isn't a ripple, it's a wave. 2/3, 67% of companies are actively looking for a way out. That is huge. And you see a ton of interest in hybrid licensing, and almost a third are seriously considering a move to open source. The market is basically screaming, we've had enough.
Okay, so if everyone's looking for the exit, what does it actually look like? Where are the doors? Well, the great news is there isn't just one. It's more like a whole new toolbox has opened up, full of actionable ways to get out of this dependency trap. Let's dig in and see what's inside. So your escape plan isn't just one single magic bullet. It's more like a combination punch. We're talking smart strategies like going hybrid or multi-cloud. We're talking about bringing back perpetual licenses in a hybrid model, diving into open source. And then there are the real game changers, containerization and managing your infrastructure as code. Each one is a tool, but together they give you real freedom. Let's break them down. This visual really nails the core concept. Think of it like this. Instead of building your house directly on one company's plot of land, you're building it on a movable foundation. That's what infrastructure as code does. You write a blueprint for your entire setup, and then you can tell your tools to build that exact setup anywhere, on-prem, in the cloud, doesn't matter. Suddenly, you're not tied down. Your applications can move freely. The vendor's chains, broken.
And this is a really big deal. Let's talk licensing. The pure subscription model, well, you're just renting. You stop paying, they take the keys, and you're out on the street. But look at the alternative that's making a comeback, the hybrid model. Here, you actually own the core software. It's yours, forever. Then you can subscribe to the fancy add-ons or support if you want to. You see the difference? Your foundation is solid. It's always yours. That's not just a small change, it's a fundamental shift in power. Now, if you want to go all in on freedom, there's open source. This is the declare your independence option. No more vendors, no more licensing fees, no one telling you what to do. You're the captain of your own ship. You get the source code, you call all the shots. Of course, with great power comes great responsibility, right? You're also the crew, the mechanic, and the support desk. It's a trade-off for sure, but for complete control, it's the ultimate path. Okay, let's talk about another absolute revolution. Containers. Think Kubernetes. What this technology does is kind of brilliant. It wraps up your application in a neat little package that can run anywhere. And when that happens, the platform underneath, the hypervisor you're paying that big subscription for, it suddenly becomes, well, less important. It's just a utility. The whole conversation changes. It's not about the virtual machine anymore. It's all about the application. And when your app is that portable, swapping out the vendor underneath gets a whole lot easier. So we've got all these new tools in the toolbox, which is awesome. But what's even better is that there are these big, powerful currents in the industry that are all pushing in the same direction, towards more freedom and more choice for you. And two of the biggest forces don't even come from inside the data center. First up, regulators. People in finance, in healthcare, they're getting nervous. They're looking at critical systems and asking, wait, is our infrastructure dependent on one company's subscription model? What happens if something goes wrong? That kind of pressure forces change. Then you've got the edge. We're talking computing in factories, in cars, in remote sites. These things have to work, even if they can't connect to the internet for weeks. A subscription that needs to phone home every day? That's a non-starter. So both of these trends are twisting vendors' arms, making them offer more flexible, more autonomous licensing. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. New tools, big market shifts. So what does this all mean for you? What's the bottom line as you chart your own course? You know, the main thing to take away from all this is that you have power now. You have choices.
For a while there, it really felt like you just had to accept whatever terms were thrown at you because there was nowhere else to go. But that era is ending. The market is responding, real alternatives are here, and the balance of power is shifting back to you, the customer.
And that really leaves us with one final big question to think about. We've got hybrid models back on the table. We have mature, powerful open source options. We have technologies like containers that make you more portable than ever before. So with all these new choices on the board, is being a captive customer still a necessity, or is it a choice you no longer need to make?